Welcome to Off Their Rockers with your host, me, Dayna Steele, and Lisa Forehand, two women who have reinvented ourselves later in life and want to help other women do the same. We live, we love, we party, we travel, we have sex, we have insecurities, we dish, we do and feel almost all the same things we did in our 20s and 30s, but with a lot more wisdom these days. So no matter what age you are, join us as we visit with friends. You might learn something and even better, gain the courage to start a brand new adventure. This is Off Their Rockers, and your life starts now. Joining us on Off Their Rockers today, Lisa and I are talking to an amazing woman that being a
in my own mind.
a barbecue showdown on Netflix. My husband and I got so hooked on that, and the semifinalist, who should have been the winner,
Oh,
Sloan
bless your heart.
Rinaldi, come to find out, it's from my hometown of Houston, Texas. So I just kind of reached out to her and said, "You go, girl. We love you. This is great." And come to find out, Sloan is a steel worker and listened to me growing up on well. So it's definitely
Yeah,
turned into a mutual admiration society. So
absolutely, to say the least.
welcome to Off Their
On
Rockers.
my part, anyway. Oh no, Dana, thank you. It's so surreal for me because of that, because I was such a huge fan, and you were such a part of my daily life when in my younger years. And I was driving all over Houston every day, one end to the other, doing commercial construction, right? And it was you guys, man. 101 was the shit. I didn't listen to anything else. That was it. Permanently programmed, man. So no, to be able to first when I got the text from you, I even shared it on Instagram. To wake up on a Monday morning and one of your sheroes has sent this text to you. Do you want to do this podcast together about women that are transforming in or transitioning into the next successful phase of their lives? I'm like all in. It's brilliant. Absolutely. And that to me is kind of surreal. So I'm so happy to be here.
Oh, you know what? It's so funny. Speaking of funny texts, I just looked down because I keep texting my husband. I'm in a friend's house. They're upstairs making a ton of noise. So I just texted him, shh. He texted back, our friend is on a telecon right now with William Shatner. So I'm
Oh
just
my God.
let them talk
Yeah.
as loud as
Yeah. Let them have their moment.
yeah, this would be my weird life. So of course somebody upstairs is on the phone with
No, no. Your
William
life is so
Shatner.
weird and so hard.
Yeah, live long and prosper, whatever. Anyway, so I've been
Yeah.
telling Lisa all about you. I'm going to let Lisa jump in and ask you some of her questions first.
Fantastic. I'm anxious to meet you, Lisa, or excited, I must say.
I am thrilled to meet you too. I mean, I think it's really incredible to kind of put ourselves out there because I was also watching you on an interview talking about how you were inspired
Ah,
and what
yes.
inspired you, and you referred to Curve magazine
Absolutely. Absolutely.
and seeing successful women on the front of that magazine was
Yes. Yes. So you're
you know,
familiar with Curve?
oh, absolutely, yeah, I've worked
Okay.
with yes,
Oh
yes.
my gosh. Oh, you know Franco then, right?
Franco, yes.
Franco's another Shiro. I tell you what, that is another surreal moment, to be able to meet her and feed her and
Oh,
being in an event with her recently, not that long ago, this last
And
summer.
I was at that
Absolutely.
event and I had
And
that.
Dana was there.
Yeah.
Dana was there. Yeah.
oh,
Yeah.
wow. Small,
No,
see, there it is. There's the small circle and the
that is.
connectedness and the importance of having other role models, other women who have been successful, other lesbian women. I love that you're
Yes.
out and
Yes.
and you're really both of your careers. I guess maybe you should share a little bit about that, how you transitioned or what motivated you to
Yes.
kind of let go of one career and step into another. That's
Well,
fascinating to me.
okay, very good to say that. First, I'd like to say is when I represented myself in commercial construction in the 80s, it was always as who I am. I could never uh, deny or pass for anything other than who I am. I'm Sloan, and I come in this way, I lead the same way. So, in that, I felt that it was my responsibility to represent our people well, always. Okay, so that whomever I was meeting, I could walk into a new Walmart construction job, right? 50 general or subcontractors, I'd be the only woman and then the secretary. And then that I'm a lesbian with all those good old boys. So you have to, number one, own the room, right? You have to really be good at what you're doing. So from that, it was like, there's nothing there's nothing I can't do in that realm. So at 50, I'm like, okay, I've done most of what I wanted to do in commercial construction. Again, I always wanted to represent myself well as a lesbian. I wanted them to know that whomever they were meeting, or if they were meeting me and I was the only gay person they ever met, that I left a good impression. They're like, okay, so she's okay, so maybe that person's okay, or that person or her or him, whatever, that it might open their eyes to a little bit more acceptance and understanding, right? Especially in construction when it is so heavily male dominated and can be kind of oppressive for women. I felt that for me to succeed in a male dominated industry was most important for me. And then to represent well for lesbians and gay people was the second most important thing. So all that was, what drove me in everything that I did. And then at 50, light bulb moment, I had done that for 32 years, commercial construction. I went in at a very early age at 18 and always knew that I wanted to work in a high level in that industry. And I felt that I had accomplished that, right? So as much passion as I had for construction, I have for barbecue and vice versa, right? So the light bulb moment is that I'm watching barbecue pitmasters. My mom had passed away. I'm watching a little bit too much TV, basically. I'm a little depressed. And Melissa Cookston, she is the only woman out there. And I'm like, okay, that's it. All right. If she can do it, I can do it. Right. So, and I'm looking around all those guys, all those good old boys, right? And tons of them. And she's just grinding away. She's the winningest woman in competition barbecue ever. Okay. She's not a young girl, right? Right off the top. So I'm like, okay. So I contacted a pit builder, had one made, started doing my thing, man. And it's just like, God blessed
Wait,
me
I'm going
with,
to make you back up there a
yeah,
little bit because
yeah.
don't you have barbecue sauce like in your,
Hmm.
didn't you
But
grow?
hey, it was within, yeah, I visualized the whole thing. From the moment I started smoking my brisket, I visualized my sauce. The moment I created sauce, I
Oh, but I meant going back
visualized.
even farther. Don't you come from a barbecue family
I
or
do. So I'm fourth
yeah.
generation. So that, it's like that light bulb of the seeing her and then knowing our family background, right? And knowing that I've got 4 generations of, barbecue history in my blood. So I say I've got smoke on the brain and sauce in the veins, right? And God said, okay, here you go. And this, like blessed me with this talent that I didn't even realize I had. It was always like underground. And like I like to smoke turkeys on Thanksgiving, but that was it, really. And a couple of slabs of ribs and never a brisket, never one brisket. But the moment I did, it was like a blessing. That's from God. It was like lights went off, the whole deal, sparklers, fireworks, whatever the fuck, and I'm like, okay, I'm going to do this. So first your friends start telling you it's good. And that's okay. Everybody's friends tells them, friends and family, that's all good. It was getting past that. I needed to get to people that, number one, did not like barbecue. I wanted to hear from them, right? People that didn't like it, people that didn't eat it often, people that were not related to me, did not know me, and from jump, right? So once those people, I started hearing from them, it's like, okay, we're on to something. And then I make the sauce. I visualize it being an HEB. Within a year and a half, they contact me, let's do something. They set it up for an unprecedented launch into over 300 stores, was there for a long time. And I'm very proud of where the sauce is at now at texasq.com. There's no fructose or high fructose corn syrup, all premium ingredients. It's absolutely incredible sauce. So it's
It
just been
is.
an incredible journey, man. It's amazing. I'm very much like my dad. Deal was, you keep going to the day you die. Bottom line, I will be working on a project, doing something to the moment I lay down for a power nap and don't wake up. That's what my dad did. So it's just that rock star mentality that, it only gets better. The next part's the best part. Um, why stop? Morley Safer. You remember what happened to Morley Safer on 60 Minutes? Decades, right? At 88, I think it was 88, he retires. A week later, he dropped dead.
Yeah,
I'm
you ran
like,
out of
fuck.
things to do.
No, if I'm working at 88 and I'm going to the fucking office, I'm going to keep going to the fucking office. You know what I'm saying?
Because something's working.
Yeah,
What
it is.
um
Don't push it.
okay, so light bulb moment,
Yeah.
construction, you're doing well. I mean, you're
Mm,
talking major projects.
right.
The barbecue, was there one particular instance or something somebody said? At 65, I'm constantly being told, "Oh, you really don't want to act in this play." And it's like, yeah, I do. First
Yeah.
of all,
Yeah,
it's
you do.
about me
Yeah.
that I
Yeah. No.
wrote. And yeah, I do want to, because people will say, "Oh, you don't want to do that." So
Yeah.
was there one little moment that keyed all of this change off for you?
I think it's really for me kind of cumulative. So my mom had died, right? And my mom was an amazing cook, absolutely amazing. And then my grandma, my mamaw before her, and then my great grandmother before her. So all those things kind of coming together for me. And then the fact that it came so easily, right, to me, the whole art or craft of barbecue. And then it was like, Con would tell me, don't tell anybody your age. She was afraid of ageism big time. So I'm a lesbian. I'm a woman in barbecue, number one. Then I'm a lesbian, and then I'm going to be old. I'm over
You got it
50.
all working against you, girl.
I know, right? There are very few at this point that I'm 50, 2013. There are hardly any men that are 50 doing barbecue, right? And she was really concerned for a long time. She's like, and then like my arms, I get cut and scarred and burned all the time. She's like, top of your arms, you're gonna think you're old. I'm like, come on, man. That's it. That's it. I'm gonna lean into this. There's no one else. So now I'm
You're
proud to
talking
say,
about your wife, right?
yeah, she was
Connie?
really concerned about the ageism, because I mean she's reality, right?
And that's the narrative out there. However,
Yeah.
this is all about shifting that a bit. Like we get
I
better,
mean, amen.
which is what
And
you
I know, thank God, I'm a freak in nature as far as my health and physicality is concerned. I know that I can do things that even men can't do, physically, right, at my age. So that, again, blessing and grace, well, the grace of God, so it is about changing those stereotypes, the preconceived notion of what an old lady is, right? I don't look like a fucking old lady. Does an old lady have this fucking hair? No, an old lady doesn't have this fucking hair. Check that out.
And
It's
I have
fucking
met
good hair
someone
day,
who can
too.
say fuck more than I do. So that's
Uh,
why I love Sloan.
yeah.
so
Amen.
yeah.
Amen.
Yeah.
Bottom line is, you got one, well, as far as we know, one life that we're really conscious of. I know that there have been multiple lives, right? But this is the one that I'm most conscious of right now, and I want to be, I want it to be the best, and I want to be the best
So
that I
what
can be.
is next
Got a
for
lot to do
you?
still.
Yeah, what are you going to do next?
Oh my God.
Well, did we mention that she was on the episode on the season 3 of
Season 3, I'm in all 8 episodes. It was an amazing experience on Netflix with Barbecue Showdown, season 3. And I want to put this out there too. All of the leadership, all of the producers were all lesbians.
Oh,
Really?
Hmm. The
Wow.
EP was like the lone straight guys, like 6'8", looks just like Ben Affleck. But everyone else, my culinary producer, the woman that selected me for the show, the casting director, all lesbians.
so
The
what's
woman that's listening to every word I say, who's going to be my showrunner on our new show, the producer just under the EP, lesbian, amazing, absolutely amazing. And also, I guess I can put this out there now. When are you guys going to be airing this?
it'll probably
If
be
it'll air.
sometime in April.
Okay, let's see. There's probably not going to there. Well, I'm going to say there's not another Barbecue Showdown. It's done. So season 3 was the last season. Netflix is getting away from such a niche show, just competition barbecue sort of thing. But what we are very hopeful for is that the producer that I referred to just now, she is going to be the showrunner on our new show. And we've got a really great concept of it is barbecue based, but it's also global travel. So going into the cultures that have had barbecue and live fire cooking for centuries. Did you know, Dayna, Lisa, that the one single thing that unites the entire world, every culture on the entire globe, is live fire barbecue cooking? And it has the same effect in every situation. It is family and community and friend centered. Okay. So it has gone on for literally centuries, right? And it is the same today. So you get into barbecue, you're not fighting with anybody when you're cooking a brisket, man. Everybody's, it's just when the pit's lit, everybody's great. People are happy and all the problems go away. You just talk about the past barbecues and who you cooked with and the family recipes and everything. So it's all good, right? So we're really going to delve into communities throughout the world, and we're going to kick off in Japan and wrap up in Argentina.
Oh, I love that. That's what I
Yeah.
was reading when I was reading up about you and your journey,
Yes,
is
ma'am.
your emphasis on how bonding barbecuing
Yes.
is. And
It is
brings
unifying.
diverse
Yes.
people together. And that's really interesting. And you're right, culturally, across
Yes.
all cultures. So I love that. And this is very timely.
It really illustrates unity more so than just about anything else. I put some thought into it, did some research. I mean, live fire cooking, people were still cooking by live fires in the hearth of their home deep into the 20th century, all over the world. So it's just there's such a unity about cooking together and that specific particular way of doing it, okay, that unifies people in a very special way that somehow, I mean, it has connected us for centuries in cultures, every single culture on earth.
And it's a
And I can't believe no one thought about before.
Yeah, being a closet chef,
Yes.
when I'm in the kitchen cooking, I'm usually alone. But when I'm outside on the grill
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, I've set it up. There's a bar. There's three
Yeah.
high chairs. Come
You're
sit.
not cooking for yourself typically when you're cooking outside. You know what I'm saying?
Right. Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
You're cooking for
all right.
somebody, whether it's a
We
few
run
or
out
many.
Before we run out of time, I'm going to shoot
Yes.
it to Lisa for.
Yes.
Uh, did you get a chance to ask all your questions? Do you have another question for Sloan?
Well, I was curious. I mean, as I was reading about you, I was salivating.
With the food.
What you create is amazing. So I was
Oh,
curious
God
if
bless
you
you.
had a
God bless you.
favorite kind of meat or barbecue that you particularly enjoy.
I'm always on the hunt for, and Dana will tell you, man, in Texas, it's about the brisket. So
Mm.
every great craft barbecue joint in Texas, the first thing I order is brisket, and it's fatty. I want a half a pound of fatty. I want some bread, pickle, and onion, and that's all I need. And then I'll go from there. I know you're good or not just based on that. you know,
Wow.
yeah. So that's my thing. So that's always what I'm looking for. I'm always on the search for it. I have my go-tos
Mhm.
locally.
Mhm.
And that's another thing we're going to be doing a show about the local Houston barbecue scene. It is the most diverse in the world. Nowhere in the entire world are they doing with barbecue what Houston is. And that's just a byproduct of our having the most diverse city in the nation with the most diverse culinary scene. And then, of course, our barbecue scene then is the most diverse. I judged the competition. They bring in 14 of the best barbecue joints in the city. I was there the year before and I got a People's Choice call. So last year, after the Netflix stuff, they had me come back as a judge. Dayna was there. 14 of the best barbecue joints in the city, everything from, Mediterranean to Vietnamese and everything in between, of different French, even different fusions. So we're going to do shows that are centered on the stories and tell those stories about Houston barbecue, the families, mom and son, daughter and dad. I mean, it's just amazing, and tell those stories and really expose people to what's going on in Houston.
Okay, so if anybody out there wants to follow your journey and better yet, taste your food, um, where would they find you? How can they
Well,
find
first, if they want to taste our food, we are basically doing catering, okay, and special orders with a minimum, like a $500 minimum. Other than that, we're going to be hard to find in reference to barbecue, but we can take care of those special clients. TexasQ.com, Instagram. Everybody seems to be going to Sloan Rinaldi. That's fine. TexasQ is also on Instagram at Texas_Q, and then Facebook altogether Texas Q. I'm also personally on Facebook. We are posting usually mostly on Instagram, guys, I must say. That seems to be our biggest following. But jump in and we'll keep you posted about everything we're doing.
So if I wanted to order some to
Yes.
California,
Yes,
that's an
ma'am.
option. Wow.
Yes, it is an option. I will tell you this. Our sauces are available, all our merch, everything is at texas2.com. Our
There you go.
cookbook, we have a brisket book coming out. The Barbecue Showdown 13 Challenge Winning Recipes book has been very successful. And all the recipes that you see me cook on Barbecue Showdown that I won with, from the mac to the pork belly, is all in the cookbook. And you can order individual recipes. You can order the book to be sent to you. You can have it signed, whatever you want.
One thing that we always do when we wrap up off their rockers here, Sloan, is
Yes,
to
ma'am.
ask our guest, you, what would be your words of advice to a woman listening to this, listening to your passion, listening to, you going from a male dominated construction world to having this moment of, I'm going to join now the male barbecue world. And I'm not too old to do it. So, for a woman listening to this podcast episode who's maybe right there on the edge of making a decision to make a change or to go for it or to reach for that ring, what are your words of advice to her?
Two words, right? And I believe that you will succeed. Any woman that wants to do anything will succeed based on two words: passion and
Mhm.
work ethic. So if you have a passion for anything and you know your work ethic, you have to take a chance on you. Okay. You have to take a chance on you because with those two things, those two simple things, work ethic and passion, there's literally nothing you won't succeed at. I have yet to meet one successful person that wasn't passionate and had tremendous work ethic. Not one successful person. So if you believe in yourself at any age, right? But especially now when we're at 50 and people are looking around like they want to discard us and that we're not visible to them, make yourself visible. Seize the moment literally and do whatever it takes for you to be the best version of yourself. I mean, time is ticking, right? The clock is ticking. And for me, it's about the next part is the best part. But I know for me, no matter what I choose to do, if I stopped barbecue today and decided I wanted to detail cars, whatever the fuck, I know that one, I'm going to be the best at it. All right. I know two, I'm going to have the most passion, and my work ethic will be unsurpassed. No one will ever outwork me in anything I want to do. So no matter what your age is, if you have those two things, you can do it. And it's about you seizing that moment, man. Freaking seize the moment. Your mind is so strong, right? Your mind is so strong. It's like I was kind of a smoker in the little part of my life. I smoked not very much, but when it came time to quitting, my thought, my mantra in my mind, and it applies to everything, is my brain will not let my body do anything I don't want it to do. Okay.
Mm.
So you've got that control, and it is all in your mind. No matter what it is, you can do whatever you set your sights on.
Thanks for listening to Off Their Rockers. You can join hosts Dayna Steele, me, and Lisa Forehand as we continue to discover women around the world living their life to its fullest and then some. Are you one of these women? We want to talk to you. Let us know at daynasteele.com. Off Their Rockers is produced by JFA Inc., executive producer Dayna Steele. Copyright JFA Inc.